Good, very early morning, guys. Remember in the previous video I talked about I didn't want to be that angry old senior guy that screaming and yelling at people getting off my lawn type of person when I turned a senior. There's also two other kinds of seniors, and there's those that, you know, smell like beer and bourbon all the time and don't want to do anything when they get older, and, you know, God bless them. And there's the kind that gets out and does new stuff they've never done before because they I want to do that now, you know, and that's the kind of senior I want to be. So this is the year, now that I'm a senior, I'm going to start exploring new places to fish and go on new adventures. So here's a lake that I've been on maybe a couple of times, and usually with other people, but it's new and I don't know it, and I'm going to do it. I need to find a pair of old man glasses in here. Not those. Here's another pair. Hopefully they're better. Oh yeah, that's better. Fashionable too. You can see it's sun up. This is one of those lakes that is just one of the most beautiful lakes. I guess I hear in all of Minnesota. It's just crystal clear water, the giant walleye, you know, it has an island, a lot of resorts, a lot of castles on it. But this is like you really gotta know, and I don't know it at all. And you know, going from what I hear, a little bit of experience that I do have, the damage that I do have on my boat motor was from this lake, and it was like the second day I had the boat. It took a big chip out of the skag, and that's maybe I'll tell you that story sometime. Maybe I'll tell you that story today, how that happened. It technically was my fault, but not really. Anyway, I don't know how the fishing is on this lake. There's some people over there bass fishing right now. It's a big lake. I guess it gets really rough out here when the wind's, you know, going pretty good. But man, it, you know, just now launching, you can see just those are channel markers there, be my guess, or hazard buoys. I guess we'll find out when we get up there. 3 feet deep, and we're out quite a ways. 5 feet, okay. Getting deeper. These are the growing pains you have to go to when you don't know a lake. You could be going really fast, and then these, I guess they're hazard buoys would be my guess. There's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 of them. And if you don't know the lake, they just come up on you. You wouldn't be able to see them. And so, yeah, that could propose a problem. But, you know, once you get to know the lake, I gotta get to know the lake. That's just all there is to it. Because I was at 35 feet. Now I'm all the way back down to 6 feet. So, you know, you see people that know this lake, they're just zipping and zipping and zipping all over the place. But yeah, I learned my lesson. But at least I'm here. I'm gonna do some fishing. That's a resort right there. This is an island. And over here at the point, there's like a million birds. I don't know, they're seagulls or whatever. I doubt you can see that big V in the sky, but they're like ants. They're like an ant hill. There's so many of them. Hopefully they're not pelicans. They might be though. Get a little closer to them. My guess would be the fishing isn't that good around here. Look at all the fishermen. I don't know whether they're nesting or what, but look at them all. They go from that tip there, all them white dots. It's amazing. No, this is not San Diego. This is Minnesota. Very nice. Just like a recess at a grade school. Once you get away from that schoolyard of gulls and cormorants or ducks, a mixture of all, you start to see fish on the depth finder again. Nowhere near that proximity do you see a fish on the depth finder, but when you get a little away from them, yeah, that's where fish know. Fish know. Even though it's still really early and I just kind of got here and the sun's up, I don't plan on really catching anything today because I'm going to specifically fish for walleye. Yeah, they're like early morning, evening fish to catch. Well, I want to try, I'm going to use deep dive and crankbaits. Deep dive and crankbaits. You know, kind of like this. And just relax, have my coffee, and enjoy new sights, new things. It's fishing in like 30 feet of water, and I got one. Well, we didn't get skunked today, did we? Got us a northern. So that's nice. Oh, let's see how big he is. He's 22 inches. Okay, I got lost. So it's the first time in a while I had to revert to my GPS map. I gotta go all the way over there. We have to go slow now because we're going over Slug Island. And there's hazard markers all the way across the lake here. I don't see any channel markers at all, so gotta be careful. See what this buoy here says. It says rock. So there's a lot of rocks here apparently. So we'll just kind of coast over it. Yeah, you can see, look. Rock, 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 rock. And I'm just following my trail back to where I put in. See, this is the thing. You really got to get to know. You got to take time to get to know the lakes that you're on, especially if you live here, like me. I'm a mile down the road at best, and I don't know this lake because I got comfortable with my other lakes. All right, we came at about 8 a.m. and we're done about 10 a.m. and I'm happy with that. Yeah. Just wiping my boat down now after taking it out of the lake. I'll show you the picture. This is Pelican Lake. And the story is, back in 2006, I think it was 2006, maybe 2007, heck, one of those years, they had a governor's opener here on this lake. And I signed up for it. I just bought that boat, Lund, because I wanted to be part of Minnesota. I wanted to be part of the Minnesota Fishing Club. Part of the, because Lund is a big deal in Minnesota. Anyway, that's the lake. And invested a lot of money in that boat. And we had to finance it, and I think we had a 5-year loan on it. And we got it paid off eventually. Anyway, getting back to the governor's opener, I signed up for it. I didn't expect to get it, and they sent me a notice saying, "Hey, you're good to go. You get to." And I knew that I had read about this governor's opening, fishing openers every year they have. I forget who the governor was at the time. Plenty, maybe. I don't even know. Anyway, I'm not going to look it up either. Doesn't matter. Well, Governor's Opener, what you do is you sign up for it. They accept you. You use your boat, and you take a bunch of people fishing on Fishing Opener. And it's usually mid-May, and sometimes it's beautiful weather, and other times it's really crappy, cold, windy, snowy weather. And this was the case for me. It was just a horrible day. It was so cold. It was probably 30s. And what you do is you show up, and they give you this gift bag, this tremendous gift bag of really expensive items, like coats and trinkets and food and all kind of. I was like, holy crap, I didn't expect that. But I still have the jacket. I still wear the jacket. It's really nice. And, you go to this fancy banquet hall, and they feed you fancy food. And there's, I don't know, 100 or so, maybe more people there. And they assign you somebody to take out on the boat with you. It's usually a camera crew, or I'm not even sure of that, but they assigned me 2 people to take on the boat with me, and it was a film crew or a camera crew, picture taker type camera people. That's what they told me anyway, of a husband-wife couple that were living in Minneapolis, St. Paul, I think, and now they're living, or they were, yeah, that's where they were living. They came up here, but they grew up here apparently. The guy told me he grew up here, and that was the first time I had ever been on this lake, was for that opener. So I had no experience whatsoever with this particular lake. None. Zilch, zero, nada. So I told the guy and his wife that. I said, so if I'm a little apprehensive, and I'm not zooming all around this lake and going here and going there, to try and catch fish for you, or following the governor around, that's why I don't want to run aground. I don't want to hit anything, because I'm very unfamiliar with the lake. And the guy was like, I hope he's watching too. He's like, don't worry, I grew up on this lake. I fish this lake all the time. I'll tell you. I'll tell you where to go, what to do with this. Yeah. I was new here, so I was like, oh, cool. Yeah, I'm in. Put me in. So he's like, go there, go here, go there. And I worked for maybe the first 2 times. He says, go over there. That's where the governor is. I want to get some pictures. I was like, okay. He says, well, go. I was going really slow because I was apprehensive. I didn't know the lake. He's like, oh, you don't have to worry. I know this lake. I know this lake. So I'm like, okay. So this boat was brand spanking new. This is probably the second time it had been out. Now, I'm going to show you the damage it did, and you're going to poo-poo it. And I poo-poo it now, but at the time, you have to remember, at the time, it was a huge deal to me because it was so crisp and brand new, and yeah. That's all it did. It just put a little ding in it right there. It's about a dime-sized ding in the skag. And I stopped. I pulled back real quick once I heard it, and raised the motor up, and I looked over, and there was like in 1 foot of water. And yeah, I look back on it and I think, I was a little pretty upset over that, but I'm older now. I'm like, yeah, I probably shouldn't have been, but I didn't lead on that I was upset in the least. And we finished I froze my ass off, and we finished our little fishing thing. We didn't catch any fish that day. Nobody did, because the weather was just horrific. And yeah, that was my first time out. My second time out, I had a different boat. I had a little duck boat. I thought, I had bad luck with this lake. And I brought my little duck boat out here, and I launched it. This is like 2 years later. I didn't go back. I gotta, I live down the street. I gotta learn this lake. So I brought a little duck boat that I had out here, and I was launching it here. And I got distracted. Some lady started talking to me. Just talk. Just started yapping to me. Started talking to me about all kind of stuff. And I was like, it was like she kind of knew me or something. So I was just talking. Okay, yeah, blah blah blah. We was just talking, and I launched my boat, and I backed it up. I go, why won't this boat float off the? What's wrong? This didn't seem right. Something just didn't seem right, and so I kept looking, and she's just talking like nothing's happening. I forgot to take the back straps off the boat trailer that held the boat to the trailer, and it looked like my boat was almost underwater. That was because the trailer was floating up underneath of it because I didn't unhook it. Yeah, so fortunately for me, was able to salvage it. I had to do a little bit of bailing in it, but I was able to pull it up out of the water. And I actually launched it again after that, as embarrassed as I was. And I went out and I almost run aground again, even with that little duck boat. So that was the last time I was on this lake. And that was many, many years ago. And now I'm going to get to learn it, because just little stupid things like that, just little dumb things like that take a lot of, you start to get a little bit paranoid about little stupid things like that, and next thing you know, you ruin it for yourself. So I just had a wonderful time out here this morning. Even though it was a couple of hours, I just had a wonderful time this morning. And it's just a beautiful lake. And so, yeah, hey, you guys, God bless you.